I wanted to touch on something, pretty interesting. There's a couple, we see it every day in, kind of social media. We've got day traders, you've got analysts, you've got experts talking about gold. Gold's getting a lot of interest, as I'm sure you're aware, and people are saying, where do I put my money? Do I just buy physical gold? Do I buy paper gold? Am I buying bigger companies? What's the right pick? And a lot of people are saying, try and find a smaller mining company that's mining gold that has or is about to reach production. And a lot of them are saying, avoid the risk and the hopium of a discovery and research company, and go for ones that are more factual and have something there. And I think Secova really fits what a lot of these people are talking about. Do you want to kind of comment on any of the stuff you're seeing, what experts are saying about kind of how to pick and choose and navigate the market?
Buying gold bars can be a very good purchase. It's something secure, something you hold. You have that tangible, you're actually holding the gold itself. You can sell it relatively easily, but you're still running that risk of holding it in your house or having to go to the bank to store it. Buying a good, larger gold company assures you that you're going to be still taking the risk of gold going up and down, or the positives of risk going up and down, or gold going up and down. You may have to be paying a premium because these are fairly large companies. If you're looking at a smaller producer like Secova, who has not yet produced, who has, mitigated most of the downside from a risk perspective, but has just started to take some of the positive, and I'm not going to say risk because it's not a risky endeavor. This isn't rocket science. This isn't research and development. This is simply processing dirt. We don't have the risks of going underground in the mine, developing the mine, building the shafts, building the elevators, doing the ramps. None of that's a concern for Secova. At this point, we may develop other projects down the road where that becomes, but that will be when the company is very, very different. So on a short-term basis, you're looking at a company that's mitigated all the risks, has nothing but upside. It's just general earnings, but there's also blue sky and exploration that we can bring in the near future, within the next year or 2 years.
Yeah, and I think something worth touching on again is, Secova's, you're a gold producer, but you're not just doing gold. There's other income streams that you guys are looking at. And I think it's important for the people that are trying to do the math in their head of, okay, 1.5 million, tons of this, and trying to, pull out their calculators and their spreadsheets. You guys are doing other things as well. Do you want to mention some of those other things quickly?
Sure. Well, but can I get to the math for just 1 sec?
Yeah.
Because it really is simple, and this is why I like talking about it. It's not, if we're lucky, we're going to hit this hole and it's going to be a huge find. I know I go back to this quite a bit, but I just love it because it's easy for me to explain. You've got 1,000 tons of ore that you're processing a day. That runs roughly 1 gram a ton. So that means you've got 1,000 grams. That translates to 35 ounces of gold a day. 30 to 35 ounces of gold a day. Gold's trading at $1,700. In Canadian, that's $2,400. So our earnings roughly for every day are about $82 to $83, $1,000 a day. The cost to mine that is $19,810. So every single day we're making over $60,000 a day once we get up and running in operations. So that's why it's so simple, and that's an easy explanation for me. The other, and that's just on the gold and silver that we're harvesting. We are also we have to spin out the mica that's found in the tailings. Mica currently sells, and that's about 5% of everything we process. Mica sells for roughly $100 a ton. So if we're doing 1,000 tons a day, then we're getting 5 tons of mica a day. It's not a big money stream, but it's nice. It's residual. It's like the deposit on your pulp cans. Then, once we're finished processing the tailings, spinning out the mica, taking the gold and silver, then we've got a neutral, basically sand or residual. And what we're going to do with that is mix it with an organic polymer. And that polymer, and together, that will be combined to create precast concrete building blocks. The nice thing about that is not only have we taken a toxic mineral that's a blight on the environment in Quebec right now, we've processed it, we've extracted some ore from it, we've extracted some mica from it, we've made earnings on it. It's no longer toxic, and we've got these construction building blocks that we can turn around and sell. So there's really 3 revenue streams, but it's also a good news reclamation stream. Mm-hmm. So there's many pluses over and above the very significant earnings our shareholders are going to receive.
No, and I think that's awesome. And for a lot of people that, all they hear is gold, I think that's fantastic. There's other things happening. You're putting in the work. You might as well, make the money from the other stuff coming out of it. So I think that's awesome and, a huge benefit for Secova. So that's great. Is there anything else you want to kind of touch on with anything to do with timelines or, path to production that I may have not, touched on myself?
No, I think, Jason, if we keep doing updates, if we respond to people's questions, I can always tell you where we are in the process. For example, this week we went up to the site and we now know where we're going to put our office and our lab. We've secured a portable house effectively for that. It's also going to be the security for the mill. So might sound like a minor thing, but these are all things that we have to cover off over the next 4 or 5 months.
Well, they're all good checkboxes, and I think that would be awesome. Maybe going forward, we do just a quick update. I mean, hey, getting a portable home is no easy deal. That's awesome, and I think it's extremely interesting. So cool. Well, sounds great. Thanks for hopping on. I look forward to chatting next week.
Yeah, anytime. Thanks, Jason. And again, I want to emphasize: please send the questions. We can talk about something, but if we miss something, or if we've missed an important or a crucial thing that will help you make an investment, give you some concern on the company, then I'm more than happy to discuss. So please keep sending the questions in.
Awesome. You heard it here, guys. If there's any questions, make sure you share below, or you can always join the Telegram group where we're pretty much available 24/7. All right, Brad, thanks so much.